So many black people, especially in America, have always had asked the question, why do these people like this hate us so much? What did we ever do to them? Because if you study history, we didn't do a thing to them. We was in our own lands, minding our own business before they came around. So it's not like we went to over there with them, bothered them, or whatever, right? So this one woman is going to explain why her community takes issue with black Americans. Let's roll that clip.
Pose the question, why do white people hate black people so much? I have been in situations where I've been surrounded by nothing but white people. And this conversation has come up. The race conversation has come up. And no one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. But it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just shit that they've heard and they're regurgitating. And so, long story short, it really comes down to there is no reason. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that, black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. Black people are the beginning of the human race, the Eve gene. And white people have worked so hard to erase the history and erase the greatness of the black race. Down to even when things are invented, the majority of things that are invented were invented by a black person. But yet the white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on.
Now let's go through the things that she said that they say when black people aren't around. They talk about black on black crime, which crime happens in every community. People that live in a community is going to commit the crime. So they have white on white crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, Asian on Asian crime. Crime is something that happens in every country. No one is immune from criminality. And the quote unquote black on black crime doesn't affect them because they don't live in our neighborhoods. So that's an excuse that you're just using to try to, in your rabbit mind, because we know a lot of the white supremacists are very, very remedial. That's just not going to fly.
No one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. But it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just that they've heard and they're regurgitating.
The second thing they say is that black people are lazy.
There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. But it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just that they've heard and they're regurgitating.
How does black people being quote unquote lazy affect them? Because if there are more lazy black people, then there are more jobs available for them. But we know that the white supremacists project who he is, because we know he is the laziest entity on the planet Earth. He needs everybody's body. He needs everyone else's resources for him to survive. He cannot toil in his own land without even immigrants to this day. He could not build America without African slaves. He could not do that. When he did try to come over here prior to bringing the African slaves here, they were dying off and cannibalizing themselves because they could not make it when they first came here. But they never tell that part of the story. So they have no really reason to not like black people. Now, yes, it's a jealousy because in the midst of even our enslavement, we still innovated America. We still created a lot of inventions. If it wouldn't been for a black man, I wouldn't have all these lights on me I have right now if it wouldn't be for a black man. See, that's what they can't stand. In the midst of you putting us down, beating us, ostracizing us, trying to sabotage us, we still came out and showed our greatness completely. And that's what they can't stand. They have a system that is built for them, because that's what the system is. They have an advantage because they cheat everything they do. The system just cheats for them. And yet we still beat them in a system where they have an advantage due to cheating. Do you imagine like how some of them really feel when they know they sabotaging you and you still beat them? Listen, this is why they fight for this system, because they know they cannot compete at an equal playing field with anybody. They just can't. Look at even when we get into a physical type of competition, how they try to keep black people out of different sports over the time. Oh, let's keep black people out of basketball. Black people got into basketball. Well, you know the story of that. Let's keep black people out of football. Black people got into football. You know the story on that. Let's keep black people out of track and field. Well, black people got into track and field. You know who runs the yard there, right? They try to keep black people out of golf. Well, you seen Tiger Woods show up, and there's gonna be many more come after him. Try to keep black people out of tennis, long as they could. And you had people like Arthur Ashe and Venus and Serena Williams, and hey, let's keep people, black people off of the silver screen. And then now you got many great black actors and actresses that came along. The last thing they're trying to keep us from right now is just the financial. And then even that, we started to kick indoors, even on the financial. We don't play ice hockey because that's just not our thing. Baseball, I don't know why black people walked away from baseball. In a way, I understand kind of how, because what they have done to keep black people out is make it so expensive. Well, black people can't afford to play baseball because really baseball is a sport you should be playing because they don't have no salary cap in Major League Baseball. So you can get some high dollar contracts. And you remember people like Deion Sanders were playing baseball and football. Michael Jordan was playing basketball and baseball. So, just great athletes, right? But they can't stand to see us win. I tell you, forget roasting them. Just win. Just be successful. Be in places that they be like, how he got here? When you can afford to be in first class on the airline. When you can afford to be in a real nice hotel and it doesn't bother you to do it. They don't even know how you got it. You could have got there for free. But they're like, wait, hold on. How he get here? Because in their mind, we supposed to be at the bottom. We supposed to be poor. We don't supposed to have anything. That's why I get enjoyment out of watching you brothers and sisters be successful. I get enjoyment out of it. I partake in your success. I'm not jealous of you when you get success. Only someone who's anti-black and a raccoon is jealous of your success. Because when I see you doing good, then to me it's inspiration that, hey, I can do the same thing. So you see somebody like Robert Smith, billionaire. That means, hey, I can attain to possibly become a billionaire one day. Look at my brother, he did it. Or even people in the entertainment world has done it. Hey, if they did it, shoot, I can do it. Maybe not in the entertainment, but shoot, I know I can do it on the media side. And that wasn't supposed to happen either, right? So who cares if they don't like us? Listen, I get it. They don't like us. I'm not saying some individuals that don't feel that way. And I always say I will always rock with an individual. This lady seems like she's a decent lady and all of that. Even though you can be decent, I still gonna definitely keep you at distance until you go through a time period of vetting. Because just because you talking like that don't mean you coming next to me. That's just not gonna happen. But I understand how a lot of them feel about black people. I get it. But for me, I say let's focus on our own community. Who cares if they don't like us? Who cares if they're jealous of us? Let's do us. Let's focus on us. And that's it. If we focus on us and build us and keep people like, the folks at distance and keep an eye on them and not let them come in, not let them infiltrate. Matter of fact, we need to not let no raccoons come around because the raccoons is the one going to open up the door for them to infiltrate. That's one thing we learned as a recent. Be careful with the raccoons. Definitely. The raccoons are a problem. But let me know what y'all think about what this lady is saying. Like I said, I appreciate everything she's saying. And it's something that definitely I know already. For sure. They have no legitimate reason. But we need to be focusing on ourselves and focus on our community. If we worry about us and keeping them folks away from us, because we trying to build something, whether here or abroad, then we can actually get somewhere.